So it's 2026 and we've been here for now 18 years, which is absolutely incredible. So we're really excited that we're doing a complete rebrand of PurpleDoor. That means we've got new website. You should definitely go and check out the website, it's really good. New logo, which is great.
We've decided that we're really going to focus in on classical theatre because we think, you know, as creatives who are working in the industry, there's not that much opportunity to get involved, and also there's not that much training out there. Even in drama schools, you've done your 3 years.
It's about us really refreshing what our programmes are, what our offer is to artists, what makes us unique. And also where can we fit in the space that exists today, where there's so much work going on, and we feel that there's a real gap still for classical theatre and support of classical theatre.
All of the cities around here have such amazing talent, and all the rural areas have such amazing talent, and actually we're not that far apart from each other, right? So we can be working together, and we're not interested in creating opportunities that are postcode driven. We really believe that if you want to get involved in this kind of work, we should have our door open so that you can.
All of the projects that we're going to do will be profit share because we want everybody to be equitably involved. We're really glad that we've been able to secure some early funding for that. We're hoping that we're going to be able to get more as well, so that we can subsidise more people, help more people, especially those people who feel like they're not getting opportunities already at the moment.
Something that we're really passionate about is being challenging and supportive in equal measure. So if you feel like you want to develop, you want to be pushed, you want to expand your horizons and do something different, and you also want to be around a friendly group of people who care and want to see you do well, then we're the people for you. So Classics Unchained is one of our new programmes that aims at giving emerging actors or actors who are returning to the industry more experience in dealing with Shakespeare's plays and classical texts.
And really what that's about is unifying, like, what is a PurpleDoor show? Like, what does that mean? We've all seen enough Shakespeare plays. What happens if they get into our hands and we're not scared of it, and we're not scared to change things up and to treat it like this is a script that's just arrived in a first draft from a new writer?
And what we really hope it will do is give actors a wider toolkit when it comes to working on classical plays.
For us, it's about being a lot bolder. It's about following what's worked for us in the past.
And we will co-produce it, we'll co-develop it with the cohort of performers.
I think what that does is it really trusts all of the people in the room, that no matter what your kind of past experience or your background, you have the right, if you're in that room, you have the right to take ownership of our version of that play. Our first production under Classics Unchained will be an adaptation of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. No play is better known than Romeo and Juliet, and actually no play has probably come further from what we think Shakespeare himself actually intended with the play. We're really interested in that sort of post-adolescence conversation in terms of the manosphere, in terms of toxic masculinity. So it feels like there's a really radical play within Romeo and Juliet, but also really allows us to get underneath the skin of the way that we have sanitised Shakespeare and made Shakespeare acceptable. We
really want to show that these stories have stuck around for a reason. If you think it's not for you, it is absolutely for you. So many of the creatives that we meet when we're doing this kind of work feel like they want to carry on training, they want to carry on learning new skills, but there's so many barriers to that. Modern Chorus aims to address that and provide opportunities for learning and for enhancing your toolkit.
And particularly when you line that set of values up with our focus on classical theatre, how do those two things speak to each other, and what new and innovative ways can we find into the texts by inviting experimentation?
There'll be things that are suitable for beginners or people who haven't had lots of extensive training, where they can meet a new technique or a new way of working for the first time. But we'll also be putting on masterclasses where you can really deep dive into your skills.
We're hosting a 2-day workshop called Shakespeare in Action, a vocal toolkit, about finding your confidence, about speaking with authenticity, about really owning the voice that you have, with Georgia Lady. Georgia trained under Patty Rodenberg. Patty Rodenberg the legendary Patty Rodberg, who hasn't she worked with and what hasn't she done? So we're really excited to be getting sort of really stuck into the weeds of that over 2 days. As with all of our opportunities, like for example our Shakespeare Monologue Slam, there'll be a tangible takeaway at the end. So yes, it's about development, but also there'll be that kind of filmed performance opportunities. That's emblematic, I think, of what we want to do with Modern Chorus generally.
One of the other things that we've been developing is our creative network, and what we really want our network to do is link up creatives from all walks of life across the north of England, across the northwest.
So many people are now making their own work, running their own companies. There's a whole hive of activity going on, which is absolutely amazing because it wasn't like that a few years previous. What I think the challenge still is though, is that everybody is still almost in competition with each other for the knowledge and the resources and access to space, access to time, access to people.
We're really passionate about the fact that as creatives we always want to keep developing and meeting new people and coming across new ways of working, and that's what we want our network to do.
We're in this space all trying against immense odds, immense cost, immense pressures to put on work and to express ourselves creatively. So there feels like someone really being proactive to bring people together and to learn from one another feels like a really exciting opportunity. We haven't done this for absolutely ages, so I'm really excited that this year we are hopefully going to be making 2 short films again. You know, if this is our 18th birthday, we started off making films. We had a huge amount of success making films and then didn't do it anymore. It again gives us the opportunity to meet with new people, to work with new people, and to champion as much of the talent that we have access to as possible, which is great.